man.
All right, we got him.
We like to apologize.
For what?
To absolutely no one. The two-time champ does absolutely fucking nothing.
Old. We're recording, by the way. He's old, bro. So,
Made in Chafford podcast episode 132.
yes, sir.
We in the building.
Come on.
Yo, it's two dems. You already know the real is back. The real is back. Eman sorting out the cameras.
Yes, sir. Cole Sanusi, Don Corleone in the building.
That's it.
The one and only. You feel me?
Love that.
You hear me? Great.
Speak to me. Tell him.
If I could just break this right now.
That was violent.
Love that. It's Eman G45. The G is solid in my name. The 45 is silent.
Come on.
Damn.
It's Genghis Chibogwe.
All the
Black
time.
Mamba Dove.
Love that.
Come on. It's the Prince of the East.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Oh, that's what we do need to. We need to talk about that guy. Yeah, Diamond Platinums.
Okay.
He is pretending to be the Prince of the East.
But he's not.
Is it on
Prince
site?
of the East.
There's only
I
one.
promise you
prince.
don't want this smoke.
You don't want the smoke. It's the cheetah yam. Welcome.
Yeah. Love it.
1, 3, 2.
You man, I can get into acting, you know. Top Boys inspired me. If Homegirl Pebbles is an actress, then I can do it. I can have a comment like
We need to get into that.
But the thing is, Pebbles. But
There's
the thing about
nothing.
Pebbles is that.
there's nothing.
What do you mean there's nothing?
That's some of the
No.
worst acting I've ever seen in my life.
But she was a good actor in
She's a good actress, but
Actress,
that
sorry.
is some of the worst acting I've ever seen. Unks.
Unks.
Try to take girl for some
idiot.
idiot. I don't know how Kano kept a straight face, honestly.
Oh my gosh! Did you see Kano in the first episode of season 2?
When Jax came to see him,
Yeah,
and he was just not having it.
he wasn't having it. It's like I don't know what he said, but he just paused for 3
just like-
seconds, and it was like, "That's amazing."
I think she asked
I
him.
was so engaged at that moment of just Kano, Sully. I was really engaged and just
Gerard
he's
Sullivan.
He's a phenomenal,
Yeah, phenomenal
actor.
actor.
I can't.
Brilliant.
He needs
Is
to
he?
do more.
Yeah, I want to see him do more because my question now is he just good at playing Sully?
Or is he just being
is
himself?
But either way, I think a very solid season. It's sillier than the first, no doubt. I think it does enter into a little bit fantasy in the sense of some shit is just over the top.
Okay.
They're just shootouts. You might need to chill because
Shoot ass.
how the Fed's not on your ass. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that's my only gripe. Other than that, I was thoroughly entertained. And they need to chill on the slang. Because now it's not even making sense. Bruv. Shut the fuck up, man.
I thought the slang was
Well, that's
alright.
London.
I thought the slang was alright.
Me and you talking. How much would we say, bruv?
We're from Chafford.
It's hard for us to, really
I don't
say
My
well
brother,
and truly.
Listen, hold tight. We're from
Do you
Chafford.
think?
This is
I'm
Made
not
in Chafford.
Made in Chafford podcast. Agreed. But I don't think people are adding bruv that much onto the end of it.
Have you heard
Mate,
the kids today?
you think they're saying bruv that much?
It's
Then
annoying.
maybe I'm wrong. I just thought it was overkill.
The kids in my area sometimes they come chat to me, and it's just like,
and they try it.
it's like, mate, you're not even about that life, mate.
For real.
The only thing with the slang is Pebbles. She's the only person where
That just didn't
thought
work.
I don't want to hear you speak.
Unks. Who?
Mad peas, unks.
When you put her in the chat, when you put the
Did you shoot
bullshit
him,
clips,
unks? Did you
and then you
shoot
put a
him?
picture of her, I didn't recognize who it was.
Oh, you
Then when
didn't?
I watched the show, because I didn't watch up to that point. So when I watched the show and I saw her, I was like, wait, is that her? The one from Winter Soldier? Bro, I didn't like her in that. And in this, I was just
What,
like,
she
I
too
can't wait
too?
for her to get off the screen. Like, she was fucking terrible, man.
She's constantly in stinkers.
She was 2 stinkers back to back.
Whoa. Her agent. Come on, get big.
Listen, all the best to her. I wish nothing ill will. Obviously, she's clearly making good career moves, and she probably can act. But the roles she's playing,
Yeah.
or the ways her characters have been written, they're not banging for me.
Okay, so I saw an interesting theory on Pebbles, as in she's supposed to be moist like that. Like she's trying to be.
That girl on
Yeah,
the block
but
who's
she's
trying to
just
be a
not.
part of life, but
well,
isn't.
if you look at it like that,
Then yeah, it's good
it
acting.
makes
But
so
they
much
should have made that
Yeah.
clear. Like Kano could have easily said a line like, "Why are you talking like this? Like this ain't you." You know?
Like you went to private school
Yeah,
or
all
something
of
like
that,
that.
yeah,
You know what I'm
easy.
saying? Yeah.
And she's overdoing it. But they didn't give that. So they didn't give that
and
indication.
I think she is from London.
But there's nice areas in London.
No, I think she is actually from like, I don't want to say urban, but Well, I mean, even there's nice areas in London, but then you take 2 corners. That's
true.
You're
That's
in
a
someone's
fact.
area.
Even
all of a sudden.
Hackney, bruv.
Yeah.
Like down the road here, you see all those nice tall houses.
Nice buildings.
Then there's an estate next to it.
One corner, that's it. That's all you need to do is just one corner. Then all of a sudden you're in the hood.
Yeah, I
Man
hear
will
that.
come up to you and say, "Listen, I like your shoes. What size are you?
What time is it, B?
Is that my size?" Love.
Lovely.
Game over, bro.
So
Love, but I'll run that.
That's it, man.
where should we start with this? Because there's a lot to cover, and it's not a case of we can go episode by episode. So I think we should touch major points first. I think to keep the listeners engaged, let's just tackle Jamie's demise.
It rubbed me the wrong way.
I liked it. I didn't have a problem with it at all.
It rubbed me the wrong way.
I think it was logical.
100%.
Yeah.
No, it's logical, but it rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah,
it rubbed me the wrong
Why
way.
so? How so? Or why so as well?
A few reasons why. I felt like, on a personal level, I feel like Michael Ward's acting was way better this season. Like, it's night and day.
That scene where he went to go get Steph is one of my favorite scenes that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
That, like, I promise you don't want, like, you felt the
Yeah.
No,
Didn't even show the toolie, but you knew he had
you
it
knew
on.
he had it on.
He had it on.
You're not speaking with that much vim if it ain't there.
Real talk. Like he's acting. Even in the first season, I was a bit critical of him because I was like, he's doing well, and I can see why they like him as an actor and his presence. But his acting was a little bit flimsy. But this season, his acting was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, and this is not to do with I got plot problems as well, but to do with him personally, I feel like it's a shame that they're getting rid of an actor this good so early into him being in the show.
Yeah.
The other reason why it rubbed me the wrong way is on Kano's behalf and the plot development. Okay, it makes sense logically because he tried to snake them, he tried to kill Sully. But the problem is what they were doing with Sully, well, at least until like the latter third of the season, was they were basically trying to show that he doesn't want to do this anymore.
You think?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Bro, he was living on a boat. He just didn't want it no more.
Yeah.
Even when Jax came up to him, think about it. When Jax came up to me, he's like, you have all this peas, like what you doing? Like, Deshane says love, and he's just not on it. Even when Pebbles comes, he's just like they just trying to, like, you know, the Godfather meme, but like every time they're trying to bring me out, they're pulling me back in. So I felt like he was kind of on that vibe of, I don't want to do this no more.
Okay.
Then obviously he gets dragged into the beef with Pebbles, and then the old him comes out, and all of a sudden now he's back in it, and then he kills Jamie. And in my brain, I feel like they did such a good job at setting his character arc up to be this guy who doesn't really want to do this no more, and obviously putting money away for his daughter, so he has an exit plan. But then he just goes and does something so brazen, so daylight, daylight bootings. I was like, it didn't sit well with me personally.
Thing is, I just think his motive was purely revenge.
Because he tried to kill him.
But
No,
did.
not because he tried to kill him. I think because Deshane had a plan for Jamie, and Sully was like, you know what, I kind of don't like your plan. I know what you've done before. You made me kill Driz, and now you're sparing a man because he killed his boy. You know what? Let me take him out, and then now you know how it feels.
I think
that was his main motive, because it looked like the way he just
Yeah, it was just
Doof.
It was.
I think people
was
aren't
too
factoring in
brutal.
as well. I think Sully probably had that whole arc, and the reason why it got brushed aside was because Jamie killed his boy, and I think for him that was like an oh shit moment when they got that text. He was like, Jamie doesn't care about. Jamie only cares about 3 people: himself, Aaron, and Steph. Other than that, if he can kill his own man, don't think he won't kill the both of you. And I think for Sully, that was a real wake up call. He was like, fuck, this guy's got to get it.
So.
I think that's why he got pulled back in, and then there was a lot in the season that happened. Obviously, what happened in Spain, Jamie did his thing and spoke to the connectors. Like, I'm gonna chat to you real soon for myself. Like, I think,
And he's just getting rid of any
possible threat.
Yeah, any possible threat in the future. And because he knows that Jamie was an op, and then now he's with the team, now he's killed his brother, and more importantly, he tried to chat to the plug for himself. He's like, all right, cool. Then now, because Jamie and Sully already have an issue, it's like, right, 3 strikes. I'll get you when I can, but not now. And then, of course, when it happened, it happened.
Yeah, what you're saying is spot on.
Yeah.
What you're saying is spot on, because at the end of the day, that's what Deshane and Sully had to do. I think Deshane in the early seasons he got ultimatum to either kill Sully
or kill Rakes, was it?
Something like I can't remember the name of the character, but he obviously didn't kill Sully and kept him along. So in Sully's brain, it's like, oh right, you can do your boy like that. That means you can do all of us like that.
Yeah.
So logically speaking, there's nothing to discuss. I'm with you, man. But I just felt like for the sake of the show and for the sake of character development, they kind of in my brain they kind of picked shock value and logic over that.
1000%.
And I was just like, I don't know. It just didn't sit well with me seeing him die like that. I was like, fuck, because they did a lot to make me like Jamie in that season. I know what he did to his boy was kind of wild.
Yeah.
But besides that, like his character really grew on me.
Mm.
The season before, I was like, cool, like I know what they're trying
to.
to do, but it didn't sell it to me. But this season, I was like, nah, Jamie's definitely top 3 characters for me, like acting and everything he brought to the role. So to see them get rid of him like that, I feel like them doing this now kind of puts them in a bit of a box where the next season they kind of have to not end the show, but they kind of have to give us an ultimatum because Sully and Deshane can't continue like this.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I think so I saw an interesting theory is in the show. Everything the show is. How can I explain this? The show is Steph's story in the sense of he's featuring more and more in the story. As in season 1, you know, he had not necessarily every reason to get in the game, but he had a lot of factors where you could see if he wanted to, he could easily get in the game. Same with season 2. Obviously, who was he running around with? That annoying girl, Tia, I want to say her name is. Like I
thought she was a really good character, and then the next thing she just get worse and worse and worse. I mean, obviously the situation is wild, but it's just she just kept getting worse and worse. I'm thinking to myself, why are you with this girl?
Like why you like? I mean, yeah, but the fear like Steph is getting more and more into that world. Obviously, pulled out a tour on them, man. Tried to run away from them, X, Y, and Z. But like, I think it's his and then for him to see. For Sully to look him in the eye, and I think that was that. Yo, this is
what it is.
Yeah, this is gonna be in season 3. Us man are gonna be ops.
I just don't know if I buy it yet. And what I mean by that is,
Steph hasn't done enough to earn that.
Yeah, and he's not old enough. I don't know. In my brain, I can't visualize it yet, unless they do like a time jump, and he's a little bit older, he's a little bit more on it. I can't see it yet, but yeah, that's what they're alluding to essentially. And I just don't know. I don't see Deshane and Sully's relationship continuing. There was a very nice scene where they're on the balcony right before Sully does the mad thing. And like, it's a scene very similar to The Wire. The scene in season 4 of The Wire. I won't spoil too much because you guys haven't seen it. But basically, it's the two main dons, boys, in it. But you can tell after this moment, the relationship will deteriorate. So I'm just thinking, boy, if once Deshane finds out about what Sully done,
but it's a
how would Deshane react?
Done as well. Do you know what I mean? As in, they've done the whole. Why would you go and do that? Why would you go and kill someone? And now you're making our life difficult storyline. So,
but the walls are closing on Deshane, though. That's the thing. It appears that Deshane's little run, I say little run, but his run at being top boy is probably going to end somewhere or another, whether it's through the feds, whether it's through.
They have enough. They have enough information on him. But they needed
homeboy guns,
talk.
and he didn't in the end.
Security,
yeah. I don't know. I feel like his run.
There was also a really bad. The Shelley storyline was terrible.
I love Sims, but I don't.
That was embarrassing.
Her acting isn't amazing.
But I don't think it was.
It doesn't need to be amazing. But
for the role, like they put her in a predicament where I don't even think a better actress could have pulled that off necessarily. It was a bad storyline.
It was kind of an unnecessary storyline, but they did it in order for her to kind of see Deshane on an eye-to-eye level because they do the similar type of shit.
And also like to actually be an active role in the story.
No, but then
it's almost like, oh yeah, I'm Deshane's
I hear that,
in it, and then that's it.
Yeah, but that would have been fine, in my opinion. That would have been fine. That role would have been fine. They didn't need to jazz it up. That storyline was absolute bollocks from start to finish. And then and what annoyed me was how easily it was resolved as well. It wasn't a problem then. You moved the body.
Yeah, that was
Let's get these twins and it's done.
Yeah, but the thing is, when your mind is no longer on that sort of vibe, then you almost don't see the option. And then now this woman's coming up to you with like bad behavior. It's like, no, you owe me peas now. To keep silent, you owe me peas. And if I don't, then all of us go in prison.
I hear that, but it doesn't. it doesn't stop the fact that it was a silly
It was one of a
storyline.
weaker
Yeah.
storyline. That's one of the things that I think they didn't do well. Like they tried to do too many storylines, and some of them were weaker than others. That was definitely, probably, arguably the weakest. One of the better ones
Was Curtis, Mr. I Like Mine obsessed?
Curtis.
Curtis.
Give me back my
Lauren.
My Lauren.
Duchesne.
He pronouncing the fuck out of that Duchesne, boy.
I Duchesne.
I love
I
it.
really enjoyed that story.
He's an eerie character. Good actor as well, isn't he?
I'll
What's
do
it?
anything for
Is he Tony Belliew's brother? Is that true?
Everyone's saying this.
okay.
Voice.
I
People
thought-
are saying that, but I don't think
Okay,
so.
I thought it
I
was
don't even
true.
think he's from North.
Nah,
He's not even
he's got to
he's
be
not even
from
from there.
Liverpool.
I don't think
Liverpool
he's from
accent is down pat.
Nah, you can't. That's a really tough accent to do.
I don't think he's from there. I think he's just
Alright, but either way, clean.
yeah,
What's it?
clean
The
accent.
5G and all of that. It's not good for the baby.
Listen, I was hearing it.
I thought of Emmanuel.
I was
I'm
really,
sorry.
I was really hearing it. I was like,
No,
you know what you're doing right now is actually talking rubbish, but I hear it. Like, back in the day,
You lot ain't
you
serious.
could have got away with that, but
all,
now
all of the 5G is not good for the baby.
it's not good for the baby.
He's a sick. Oh.
Yo, what's wrong with my man?
Nah, Lauren was pissed. Yo, that's an easy caption for me,
She's an
dog.
annoying character as well.
But you
though.
know, I
just
think
cutting herself into issues constantly, bro.
The
Constant
whole
issues,
season
bro.
was about redemption, basically, because even Lauren herself, she's been a mug from the first
From the get go.
from the first season. Then the second season comes out, and then she's with a man who's.
I don't think.
Well, you can definitely see that he's mentally deranged, and I'll get on to Curtis in a second. But you can see a man who's mentally deranged, and then now, like as the character progresses, you see how mad he is, and like, why would you get yourself into that situation?
That sister was disgusting. V.
I think she's.
Lame.
Dang. Listen, I can't say too much.
But
'cause
basically, that
the one
family.
I fancy
yeah?
from the show, you might not gonna crucify me,
Who's that?
Jax.
Nah, Jax is Peng.
Oh.
I saw.
A bus case.
You right. No, she is.
She's good people's. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I think even like the way Lauren like redeemed herself, yeah. By
Yeah.
just because the thing is, I was well, I didn't have anything to do at my job at the time.
Yeah.
Basically, I was watching it. I was like, bruv, chef him up right now.
What, Lauren?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Brings
did
out the knife.
She did what she had to.
Yes.
She did it.
Chef him up. Do it now.
He held them too, you know,
He almost came back.
Almost came back.
like the Terminator, but was not to be.
Why'd you do this?
My girl was screaming, "Sorry, he's dead." What are you? Who are you apologizing to? That
Bro,
You
you're
did
done
that
for.
shit.
Guilty as fuck.
Jax tried to carry the season on her back, man. She must have give her some
MVP,
paracetamol.
man. She's
Give
up
her some
there with
paracetamol, man.
Kano and with Michael for me. Three
For
best
real.
actors in the show
She
this
w-
season. They're of quality.
Her
Her
whole
storyline was
yeah, no, really impressive. Really enjoyed her having a romantic interest as well.
Yeah. Because a lot of the times, like, people don't see those kind of like relationships, and you know, there's a very big juxtaposition in like how they live their lives. Like, when they got batted up, she wanted to call the police, and Jax was like, "What?
I don't speak to the police.
Yeah.
Don't call my line ever again." So it's nice to see that, you know, difference in how they live, and you know, that the fact that there's probably relationships like that.
100.
More time you'll see obviously like a man and a woman in that situation. The man's out doing road, and then the woman's like, "Oh no." But to see obviously, you know,
Two women, yeah,
same sex relationship, and then seeing that is good. Like it's things that happen. So
yeah.
you know,
And then on the same topic as well, like you see the police scene in I think the first or second episode where they basically
pull them over.
pull him over.
Yeah.
And then you see like
That was a tough
like,
scene to watch.
I don't know who he is.
Yeah,
I don't know what his
absolutely.
name is, but basically you see him is just traumatized. He just doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Because he's shaken. Because he's like,
Well, like, I mean, it's a reality, but it just makes it. Why do police move like that? Like, okay, I'm not. No, I don't even want to
'cause
say
they-
that they were being hostile, whatever. But like, they're not gonna cooperate with you further if your grip's in them up. My man's arm. I want to say one of their arms was broken. Like, you're trying to put him in a figure four for what? Like, how's that gonna get the information you're looking
You
at
know
of
what?
him?
I don't agree with the police, specifically in that scene, but I'll argue their case. So these guys, they know that these men are dangerous people.
You hear
They
that?
carry waps, they carry food. They know they're on dirt. So they're not gonna cooperate with somebody who they know to
Yeah.
be as a madman or like.
But in that
basically
situation,
drillers.
they weren't being mad. You know, not necessarily. It was come out the car. They were like, "What have you stopped us for?" Which is a fine question to ask. What am I being stopped for?
Yeah.
Like, car wasn't speeding. It's a legal car.
Yeah.
You know. So
yeah, everything was okay, but in those cases where it's like, right now we have the upper hand and we know who you are, and we know that you're a threat and you're a danger, they're gonna move mad. I'm not speaking for the police.
Yeah.
I'm just giving the other perspective. So, I get it, but it's not needed.
But
The way they broke the
yeah, like, what now? I've got to get my. Who's paying for that? Not them. It is, but like, it's one of them ones. It's a scene. It is what it is. It was a very powerful scene, and the message it was trying to convey, it definitely got across.
They did it, man. They did a lot of that stuff.
Shout
man.
out to the police officer as well.
Go
on. His name is Deji.
Is it Homeboy?
No, is it Deji? Actually, I think I got his name wrong.
Mhm.
I've met him before.
The guy in that scene where he smashed the window and the actual police
I
officer
think his
there.
name is Demeji. Yeah.
Oh,
Shout out to
okay.
him, Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Love,
It's
but
good to see that.
Mm.
And like, but no, like a lot of one thing they did really well, and they've always done well, but they've always alluded to wider society issues. So, for example, the Summer House project and like them building new flats on top of the old flats.
Yeah.
I thought that was one of the best storylines, and seeing the difference in opinion between Deshane and his mum.
Shane's mum was riding for that flat, man. Let it go.
Come on, man. Oh,
You know what's sad? It's when she was dying and she said, "Yeah, Deshane, I love you."
To the come on,
To the other son.
Ah,
that homeboy had an iron on his
Doomed.
chest. Give him,
Ah.
nah, there's
Can
no
you
need.
imagine?
Doomed.
There's no need for that,
I
man.
suffer for your sins.
Doomed.
I don't even get. I love you.
And my man tried to tell her like, "Yo, it's me here. What you on?"
Deshane.
Crazy.
No, that was her. I think she's a seasoned vet. Like she did great.
Oh, for sure.
The work she did, like, and that conversation. I think we went to a yard and they were having a conversation
You
about
sell drugs.
my son sells drugs.
I'll
No
tell you
lies
what,
are
yeah.
told. Come on, the prime minister even gets high. Shane, be better, man. Do better.
Tell you what, yeah, got a call in it. He's actually the worst.
Yo, black man, check on your health as well. Actually, that was a really
That
good
was
insight
as
into
well.
that. It's
That was
like,
good.
do you
The
ever have,
conversation
like,
killed me.
do you ever have like issues with your heart? Well, yeah, when I'm about to ride out and things. No, when you're doing normal things like going to the shops. Sully looked at him like,
Nah.
even Sully was like, go to the doctors. I can't. What are you looking at me like I'm your GP for?
But that's proper conversation because
Nah,
everybody
it's
thinks you're
real
strong, and then all of a sudden it's like, no.
Man, I was clutching trust.
No, but when you got
Listen,
bad news
man.
after bad news after
3 in
bad
a row,
news,
hat
nah, man, I
Man
would
was
have
doing
died.
Ronaldo against Tottenham. No. Obviously, I'm clutching my chest after that. No way.
End of episode 7, he was on his knees.
I fell down to my knees when the law came.
Listen,
Honestly,
he was,
man,
he was going through it. That was good.
Gone.
Nah,
But that's the reality, man. That's how the man them go about it. But
Mm.
obviously, you should seek help if you're in a situation like that. Go see your GP, dog. Go A&E, something.
Please do something.
Honestly, but it's again one of the better themes that they
They ran
lightly
through,
explored
yeah.
for sure. Like they do when they do things well, they do things top tier in my
Top tier.
opinion. Like no other show in this category of TV does it that well.
Yeah.
It's just a shame in my opinion that there was far too many storylines and some of the acting just kind of brings it down a little bit for me.
Even what was that? I like to tribute now. I was gonna say that I think something we haven't touched on yet is everything that happened in Morocco/Spain. I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was slow at first, but it got good. It got good.
Domed
I
in the
enjoyed
head.
it. Oh, that was crazy.
That I wasn't expecting at all.
That's what's it?
But even-
Signaling that towards the end, that's
Yeah.
what he's gonna have to do. What he did to his boy, didn't he?
Foreshadowing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of foreshadowing.
yeah.
So it's well, it was well written for the most part, and the whole scene in Morocco and Spain, like the plug, obviously getting offed off by Kane. When Kane had the thing underneath the box,
A homeboy came over and
Wait,
said,
what-
"No, allow, let me do it."
What was the percentage? Was it 35 or
20 something. I can't
No,
remember
yeah,
what it
no.
was.
So Jamie was supposed to get 15.
But then they
Then he
raised in
said
25.
No, he said 30. Then he said close to 15. He said 25, and then Kane was like, "Yeah, man,
Let me deal with this.
25. Listen, I heard you got a sweet tooth. Yeah, you like that? About 25%.
He's such a he's so smoky, bro.
Amazing.
God,
Kane
he
is too
pulls the
smoky.
trigger like there's no tomorrow.
He's too smoky.
No, that shit was not jamming.
But then if you take it back, because I was watching it, I was supposed to go to the gym yesterday, but I ended up watching Top Boy Summer House.
I've been watching Top Boy Summer House as
It's
well.
mad, you know, because I think it's the second episode. They get robbed for their food.
By Kamali and them, man.
Yeah, but this time it's in the trap house.
Yes,
because the first episode they get robbed
on the block.
and then the second episode they get robbed in the trap house.
Okay.
So then, I think there was I can't remember exactly, but there was some discrepancies.
Do you know what's so mad? What's it?
There was
It's Benedict Wong, isn't it? Is
yeah,
home.
it's Vincent.
I couldn't believe when I put 2 and 2 together. I was like, yo, what's that?
Why
Man out here just doing this.
Really leveled up in the world, you know.
Yeah.
Strange, don't do them things there. What you wanting more?
Listen, man.
Nah, he's getting busy. But sorry to cut you off.
So yeah, there was some discrepancies for some reason. Oh yeah, this is when they go to Duchesne's brother's house and then put the iron on him.
Yeah.
So then Duchesne and Sully, they go to the bar, and then Duchesne bottles him, gives him a couple bangs to the face. Kano's like, hey man, allow it. Kano comes through the bottle, bow! Gives him a couple punches, and then he's there on the floor.
Kano just loves it, man.
Let's fight and have it.
Loves it, man.
Let's fight and have it.
He's on the ground. You know what are you talking about? Let's go on in. Fucking cunts. Let's have it.
And
well,
then,
say down, my guy.
and then he goes to the white dude, and says, you know what they done to my fucking face, mate? Yeah, they fucking cut me up. Look at this. Fucking embarrass me in front of everybody, mate. I was like, mate, you could do what you want, but you're going to inherit the debt. And if you don't allow him to do it within the next couple of days, that's your problem.
Yeah, that's your beat. That's on
but
you.
if they don't get it by then, by all means do what you want to do.
that.
But if you did it then, you inherit the debt. And he's there, puzzles like, fuck.
Even Letitia Wright was in fucking.
She was.
I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
Yeah, real queen shit.
Listen, man, it's good show. Good series, good show. I think I preferred
season 1, which is fair.
Season
I
1.
think, yeah.
If I
had to give an answer, yeah. But I was still thoroughly entertained by season 2, and I think I liked the amped up elements in certain places of season 2, but it was just and then also in certain places it was just unrealistic. So beggars can't be choosers, but thoroughly enjoyed the season and look forward to see what they do going forward. They put themselves in a bit of a hole, killing Jamie.
Yeah, man.
But we'll see how they try to climb out of it.
It's pissed me off because I don't know. I was just really, I feel like I was onto him. I was like, I don't know if this guy is who he's supposed to be. But this season, I said, nah. I don't know if he went to acting school or he has done more roles, but he's literally he played a part perfect. Like I was like, nah, he's in his bag. So I don't know what they're gonna do. Obviously, they're probably Jax is probably gonna be, they will probably make her the
elevator,
which would make sense because she's a good actor. She's doing well in the show as well. Her storyline's legit. She's been there from day. But
what? As in from season 1?
No, as in if anybody is to inherit the spot, it should be Jack.
Yeah, 100.
Because she's put in the work and she's been a great lieutenant. You get what I'm saying?
Loyal servant for real.
But Steph, man,
look up the word loyalty in the dictionary.
Lost his
she's
boy
there.
For real.
I think Steph has got to step up. I think that's the storyline for season 3. I'd be surprised if they don't go down that route. There's no way you can, fam.
It's the way he did it as well. It was kind of rattled me. I just didn't see that
Steph
coming.
in the eye.
He just rattled me. Yeah, that was a rattler, bruv.
Steph's got to step up, man. Now's your time. Steph or Aaron? Aaron's too busy doing exams.
Aaron's got exams, bro.
Aaron's
I've got exams, innit?
Fair enough. They had to put that in. My man was doing finals forever.
I like how they had Gangsterlicious, or the name of the song. Gangsterlicious.
Gangster, that's
from what's it called? That's from
sounds like a Beyonce song.
That's from Boondocks. Yeah, Gangsteritis by Pot of Paper. That was the soundtrack was really good as well.
This year as
Even playing Burner Boy when James is on the way from Penn.
I like how they put the Unknown T of, was it Avengers?
Oh, that song's so hard, man. When they played that tune, I was gas.
Special moment, man. Yo, Unknown, stand up.
I've been playing that song in the gym since I heard it. What? Again on the
Avengers.
show. Bang for the team, would you bang for the team? Nah, that song is that's one of his best songs, man.
I think he's a special artist, but
Unknown.
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah, I guess unless we have anything else to add to Bottom Girl.
Where do you think is good? Do you think there's scope for more than one more season?
Yeah, I mean they can stretch this shit out for ages, man. You know
I
what
want him
they're
to do one more. I think anything past 6 seasons or something,
Yeah,
you're just playing with fire.
I mean,
No, I
I
think 4 is solid.
yeah, I think they
Four
can
is
do
solid
4
enough,
seasons.
man.
I agree. I think they can.
Or you think what? Leave it
Two
here,
more.
or
No,
do
as in
2
two
more,
more
as in the
seasons,
Netflix
yeah.
2 more. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm following
Netflix
you.
2 more, and then that's it.
That's
I
got
think
to
it's
end.
solid.
Yeah,
Because the thing is, we have to see Steph become
the top
What-
boy.
And that can't
Yeah.
happen one
And I
season.
think the Shane and Sully have to
because
Someone
Duchesne,
has to
pay for
hold
their
it.
crimes at
someone's
some
come
point.
basically. Duchesne, basically. Someone's coming for, in terms of the police. It's either the police or gang. Someone's coming for Duchesne, and if it's not
It's
the
his
gang,
health. That's what's coming for him.
And
I
it's
swear
his
to
health,
God, this will
man.
be his
That
That
health.
would be a
Well,
really
that's
good.
another
That's
thing on top.
actually really interesting. As in, there was so many things that could have killed him, but it was a heart attack that ended Duchesne.
Listen, man.
It's a bit like how
Yeah.
Joffrey died. Like you would have thought someone would have killed him,
Man
but it
just
was
choked on
man
his-
choked.
Listen, man.
Man said it went down the. Oh my god. That yeah. I can't win.
No, you can't.
What was the second topic? Quick, please.
We wanted to discuss the game
Oh, and his pack of lies.
and his shenanigans.
I'm gonna be.
Essentially, he's trying to be 50 Cent again.
Oh come on.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
I'm over this, man.
They want to do. He wants to do a versus with 50. Who would win that? By the way, I know obviously 50, but I want to just see what
That's
you guys
just not
think.
even a conversation.
The
What?
game, no, the
Hate
game.
it or love it, and 50 Cent is on it.
No. There's a few songs.
This is how we do.
There is a few more songs.
But you have to think it's a versus.
It's a versus, but there's a few
But-
more songs.
I'm not saying he doesn't have more in his catalogue.
Because of the whole G Unit association, I've listened to the game. And I've kept
True.
listening to the game. And the thing is, with the game, he's kept producing music. However, 50 Cent has also done the same.
Because who fell
They've just
off?
not done
Who
it.
fell off quicker, 50 Cent or the game?
50 can't make music right now.
I think 50 fell off first. Game has some good albums in the tens.
Yeah, he does. He definitely does.
But them hits ain't hitting.
It doesn't matter about the
in
hits.
verses.
It's about who's the audience, really and truly.
I don't think it's a conversation.
Because when it
personally.
like, you can't go to somebody who says, "Oh yeah, I listen to hip hop." Sorry, I listen to music, but I really do love hip hop, and then tell them about.
But you never pop none. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Tell them about the Locks versus Dipset. Like some of them, they will not know what that is unless you're
Yeah,
a fan
okay.
of that. Then
But-
fair enough.
Okay, then,
50
but
Cent
where the
and the
audience?
game.
Where the audience? So it's the audience is us. Us three in this room.
If you really listen to them, yeah.
No, Eman, come on. If us three in this room, it's a long day for the game. It's
not.
hits for hits.
I don't think it's a long day.
If it's hits for hits, then the game is getting washed.
There's no.
Yeah.
If we're talking about catalog,
Yeah, there's no conversation to be
Yeah,
had.
that'd
I'm
be
not,
cool.
but it's a versus. You bring your best hits to the versus.
I don't know if anybody really. There's not many people who can beat 50 Cent in the hit off.
no, and yeah, no. I don't think
There's not many.
Even these songs that are supposed to be for
it's
the
not a
couch.
long
Come
day,
on,
but
man.
it's close. It's
I
close.
don't think it's even close.
No.
In catalog wise, I think there's a conversation to be had. But we're talking hit for hit. Isn't
Get Rich is just basically one album of hits. It's just
Oh,
Massacre,
You
three
know
quarters
what?
album of hits.
no,
on,
because the thing
man.
is, I'm focusing on the game. I'm not really focusing on 50.
Yeah.
But when you mention Get Rich or Die Trying, what the second one
Yeah,
or the
he's
first
a
one?
window shopper.
what-
Mad at me. I think I know why.
Yeah.
He's a window shopper.
In the jewelry store, looking at shit you can buy.
Come on, dog.
Listen,
In the club, what are we talking about? That's a hold that.
I was
listen.
really
If Many
focused on
Men,
the
if
game.
Many Men comes on, what's beating Many Men?
Many men
Wish death upon me, blood in my eyes, dog, and I can't see. I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be. And niggas trying to take my life.
Come
Come
on.
on, listen.
What are we even? The game sit down.
It's peak. That's just like that's hip hop like scripture,
Royalty, man.
scripture.
That's
like
yeah.
That's,
What are we?
It's peak. But if we're talking discog, if we're doing like a 20 for 20 off of all the discography, anything, even going through the
game's got a
mixtapes,
yeah.
fucking anything, then it could be
Yeah,
it will be closer.
yeah,
but
but
I
That's
still
what I'm
think, you
thinking.
know,
That's where my mind is.
Yeah,
at.
yeah,
But
yeah.
now we're
When-
mentioning the songs of 50, because I know 50 Cent is good, but I'm just thinking about the game and how talented the game is.
No one will take that away from the game, but it's
But then when I really think about 50 Cent, now that I think about 50 Cent, because I was only focused on the game for like those 2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about 50 Cent.
You see it now. It's
peak.
peak. It's peak.
It's a long day. It's not. I don't. Again, as you said, I don't think there's a lot of artists that can stand toe to toe with him.
It's really, really tough. I mean, his antics kind of make people think that he's a bit of a bum, the game. But when you look at if you're just looking at him as a rapper, as an artist, he's one of the best on the West Coast. Like, and it's not even.
Please, if I ever was moving like that, check me for real. You need people in your life. You're like, bro, you're 40.
I mean,
some of the antics he gets into, I'm just like, I just can't believe.
He's kind of always been on that in a way. Like he's always been that kind of guy.
Yeah. There's no there's no denying that. But like, I think at some point it's got to stop. Like, it's not even. It's one of the ones where it's like, when you were younger, it was funny or it elevated your brand. Now I'm just like, come on, man.
I got a lot of living to do before I die, and I ain't got time to waste.
Big tune, man.
Nah, 50, man.
Listen, man.
50 is gold.
The problem with the game is
50 is forever, man.
Ferrari, bro. The problem with the game is he has a chip on his shoulder, innit? He's always had a chip on his shoulder.
The game
always had a chip. Even when he was like
top
in
boy.
His big being the biggest artist in the world whenever he was, still had a chip on his shoulder, and it's
which
to
is
this
sad.
day.
Yeah,
I think him not being a part of the Super Bowl rubbed him the wrong way. So now everyone's kind of trying to take the piss out of him, especially with the clip that just came out with him near Jimmy Iovine at the Super Bowl. It's not Super Bowl, at a basketball game.
Yeah.
But Jimmy Iovine's an older. He's literally in almost probably like 80s.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't know who the game is anymore.
That's do you know what? He probably didn't even notice it was the game.
100%, bro. Do you know how many people that Jimmy Iovine's
But that speaks. I think that speaks quite a lot of volumes to the game and what he's done to his career. Like he's probably killed so many connections,
so many bridges.
That could have. I would say so. And they're not.
I would say that was more of a 50 than it was a game, because the game has been cool with everybody. I would say at the start, and then of course the 50.
I'm talking more now. It's clear that a lot of people probably wanted to work with him at some point or would have worked with him, are now no longer doing so.
Yeah.
You know, and then 50. Do you know what the thing is? It's different. 50 doesn't give a shit if you burn that bridge. My man's cool regardless. The game, he will care about that shit. He's eating it up. You know, he goes to bed upset about it. How can I get back at my guy? Come on, man.
No, I don't think so. I think
he goes to.
I think he's burning because of the Super Bowl.
It's on you, B.
I think 50 Cent is going to look at this and say, you know what? Yeah, let me just do this and then drop an album, because he's going to tour. He's going to go on tour.
Yeah, 50 don't care. 50 just sees all this as publicity. He'll post a picture of the game walking past Jimmy Iovine and just put what's it called? Hashtag power, hashtag force.
His hashtags are disgusting.
Do you know, SMS audio. He don't give a fuck. Do you know what I'm saying? He don't care. He actually does not care.
50 is a special being, man.
He's too
need
much.
him around for a long time. Love that guy.
Honestly,
very special individual in
hip hop and rap.
Yeah,
he's a legend,
man.
bro.
Man, have you ever been upset with an artist? And I'll give you an example. The first time it ever happened for me, and the first time I knew that this could happen, was massive fan of Chip back in the day. And I heard Chip Diddy Chip, and I said, "Yo, people."
That was my song though.
I'll let you hold it.
Diamond Rings.
But I was like, that was the first time I knew, oh shit, these artists can not give you what you expect of them. Do you know what I mean?
That was your first moment of
realizing that.
When is that first moment that I felt like that? It's probably something to do with the Drake or the Weeknd, you know. I was
perplexed.
Drake has done that made me think, excuse me.
Chip Diddy Chip, I don't ever tolerate lip Diddy lip.
Some say it's like.
Ow! Wow, that's jail time, you know. You can't be.
Someone said that was okay in the studio. Yo. Someone said that was fine.
And I'm not even mad at his more mainstream stuff like Champion or Oopsie Daisy.
He was appealing to the kids. Allow it.
Come on. I was the kid.
Yeah, but we were stuck on I'm the grind
Savior. That's what I wanted to hear. When I heard I don't never tolerate lips, I said, yo. In your more words of Eman, you bloody know the lyrics.
You know the lyrics. That's too funny. No, there's moments like that, man. Honestly, it makes you think, what the actual fuck are you doing?
Oh man, like who let you in the
Like,
studio?
you're just chasing the bag.
What was the first time it happened with me?
It was when it was in his label.
Who?
It must have been his label.
Yeah, I mean,
It has to be his label.
Yeah, that's how it goes usually. I think my moment. I think in hindsight, it wasn't that bad. So when The Weeknd made that song, it was earned it.
Really?
Yeah, man. Don't get me wrong, it's a good song for what it was.
But it sounds like a Weeknd song. I'm surprised you said that.
It's a. So what was it? The origin
50
behind that
Shades
song was
soundtrack,
50
innit?
Shades
Yeah.
soundtrack. Yeah, so I get the premise behind it, but when I heard it, I was like, oh no, here we go. That was the moment in my brain. Was like, oh, I know what he's trying to do now.
It's a big artist. Another big artist from us, lot that. Trying to
Done
think
something
what
similar.
it was for me with Jake. Maybe Hold On, We're Going Home.
I was okay with it because I saw what he was
Really?
trying to do.
Oh man,
I
that
don't
shit
hate
was
the
in
song.
it. And do you know what? It's harder when they do that and then it's inescapable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think especially because it's a single on an album that holds a very special place in my heart. That shit's getting skipped.
Probably Hotline Bling is another moment
Because
because
That
of
was
how.
a song, man.
But the reason why it pissed me off, it's a good
Wonder who
song,
you're bending over backwards with someone else.
but it really pissed me off because we had heard "If You're Reading This Is Too Late." We had
Yeah.
heard "What a Time to Be Alive," and then he gave us that. I was just like,
so out of left field.